What's going on, everybody? Welcome to PCG Live. It's your boys on another PCG Live, the Corona edition. What's going on, my peoples?
I love the Corona
What's up,
edition.
brother?
Yeah, no, it's no joke, man.
Corona edition.
We're still locked in our houses, but we're here. We're smiling. We're having a good time. And even with the world going as crazy it is out there, we're still here trucking along. So,
hmm
um, we got a pretty full show today. We're going through a lot. There's a lot of things to talk about, cancellations. We got some more news about some new things that have been released, or either is released or going to be released, something like that. And then we
Yep.
have a couple subjects in here that we want to personally share that is involved with game. So, with that being said, let's get into it, boys. All right, so let's start with Andre. So, Andre, you're going to get into your topic and you're going to let me pull this bad boy up because this is what I do now.
This is by far the best announcement of 2020.
Go, do your thing, Andre.
All right, so out of all the things, I remember when this first got rumored, and we talked about we didn't not the whole game thing, but we had got the rumors of Sega giving some type of big announcement, one with Microsoft and then one by themselves. Uh, I don't think anybody or anyone wanted this as the announcement. So the first thing I thought of was if they put this in one console, like they have four different ones, and all four preloaded with different games. If they did it one console, I would have been a little bit happier. But the fact is, this thing is a micro, mini, like
It's a
when
waste.
I see things like when I see things like this, and then the price that they're asking, like I look at stuff like this, I'm like, bro, on the Switch, I can get almost all these games with a bigger screen and just pay a few extra dollars and have them on the Switch.
Hmm.
Why would I spend the money on getting little mini things like I just give us a new Sonic game or something by now. Tell us about Jet Set. Tell us about an HD collection like me, Cal, and Van discussed. Give us a Dreamcast collection. Give us something. Don't give us a Crazy Taxi HDD or something. Don't give us another Sega Mini with games that you can emulate. You can download on the Switch. You can download on the Xbox. You can download on the PS4. This announcement by Sega just made me say every time I want to have hope for Sega because at one point for all of us, Sega was a top company. But for them to just keep doing stuff like this, and then I looked on Twitter to see what people was thinking. Everyone on Twitter feels the same way. They're just like, nah, this ain't it, bro. Like this is like a McDonald's toy. These joints can be a Happy Meals, bro. Like I'm just disappointed, man. Like some people may be happy about it. Whoever those people are that have little midget fingers, yes, may be happy about it. But I know most people have a hard time with the Joy Cons alone right now for the Switch, and people complain about those, and I think those are okay. But you're talking about a micro. You got to use your pinky nail to play this thing. People like me and Kyle, we are pleasantly plump, and I know my hands ain't gonna be able to touch this. This thing was so unnecessary, guys. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I just want to say for Sega, I just hope they announce something this year. They got another one Microsoft coming up, but I can't have hope now because things like this happen. So knowing Sega, it can be something as stupid as your dashboard is going to be able to be Sega themed. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, Sega's got me so they let me down so many times. I don't trust them anymore. And my thing about them and about this is they can't even try to justify this thing. Anyone that wants this thing, get just a collector or I don't know, maybe you can't afford a Switch. I don't know what it may be, but I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with Sega, and I hope they announce a new Sonic game soon or something. Like even Shenmue 3 flopped, which was supposed to be like a big game for them. That game didn't flop. So I'm just hoping Sega can do something to get out the ground, you guys. I don't know what they can do at this point. The Dreamcast collection we talked about would be amazing, but I can never trust Sega to do that. We know Bayonetta is the only other thing they got good on their hands, but I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I just wanted to talk about that because I just seen this and I was just like, out of all the things Sega could have done, even the Sega Mini console thing they did with all the games added to it, even that was like something decent. But to do this, it was just like a slap in the face, I think, to fans to just come up with something micro and something. I wouldn't say it's old school nostalgic because there's nothing old school about this. I feel like it's nostalgic because the game's on it, but you can get these games anywhere. So I don't know how you guys feel about, but that's my take on it. I think this was stupid on Sega's part. I think this is going to be a flop. I think this is a waste of time when there's a lot more they could be doing.
What are we talking about for a price on this?
Well, actually, in the article, I'll say this. It says this is just one part. You may be wondering how exactly you're meant to play games on a 1.15-inch display, which makes the Game Boy Micro's 2-inch panels sound huge by comparison. Well, if you're willing to drop 27,255 yen, which is $250.
Oh my God.
Wait, which is $250, yep. For all 4 consoles, Sega is going to include a mini version of its big window magnifying glass accessory.
I forgot about that terrible part. I forgot about that terrible thing.
It's so
I
bad.
forgot about the Magnum.
This is so bad that it's almost a joke. Like you can't take it serious.
I swear we're in April.
Like
We have to be in April, right?
like you can't even
In April?
you can't even take it serious. You really can't. Like
Can we all right, can we just focus on the number of games each console has? Can we all right, ready?
Do it, Kyle. Do it. Give the list.
Okay. So this is the full list. I'm just gonna say the full list because it'll be funny after the fact. So the full list consists of Sonic the Hedgehog, Puyo Puyo 2, Outrun, Royal Stone, Sonic Chaos, Gunstar Heroes, Sylvan Tale, Baku Baku Animal, Shining Force Gaiden, Ensai Jashin no Kuni. Wow, that was a really long title. Kunihi. Shining Force, The Sword of Hyjia, and Shining Force Gaiden Final Conflict. Nazo Puyo Arura no Ru. Revelations the Demon Slayer. I'm probably butchering some of these names, by the way. Megami Tensei Gaiden Last Bible Special. The GG Shinobi, good game, Shinobi.
mm-hmm.
And Columns. That is the whole list of 16 games. And guess what? Each one has 4 games in it. There's 4 games in each one of these micro Game Gears. And at least 3/4 of the games, I have no idea what they are. Not even close. I know Sonic. I know Gunstar Heroes. The only reason why I know about Megami Tensei is because of Shin Megami Tensei. Shinobi, if it's the same Shinobi, sure. I don't know why it's GG Shinobi. The Game Gear Shinobi. It just hit me in the head. Game Gear Shinobi. I'm so smart.
Yeah. Can you do me a favor? Can you say the price again for the people way in the back that didn't get to hear it?
Absolutely. So if you would like to purchase all 4 of these and get the Sega Bing window, it's going to run you at $250. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. The hardware itself, by the way, there's a single mono speaker and a headphone jack, which is always good. It charges over USB, but can also run off 2 AAA batteries. So just to be authentic, with the 95 AA batteries you had to use back in the day for it, where they just threw in the slot where you can add 2 AAA batteries in case you didn't feel like charging it with its rechargeable battery on the USB. I don't know. At least they got cool colors.
Yeah.
Black, blue. The yellow one sucks, actually. Red looks cool.
Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and what's the black one?
The black one? Oh, black one got
Shadow.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, Shadow. Yeah.
This is the worst thing
Blackwell
ever, man.
Shadow, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Yeah.
These are really McDonald toys, you guys. These are really something that we would have got McDonald toys back in our days.
So we got a minute left on this topic. This one's not gonna go over its time. Final thoughts.
Oh man.
Dumb.
Suck,
So
suck.
Um,
dumb.
That's all.
So
um,
dumb. I don't believe it.
I mean, I always wanted to own a Game Gear,
I'll give you mine.
and now I want to go back to my younger self and go.
Vin said, "I'll give you mine."
Don't buy this.
But I just want to go back to my younger self and just go. What's wrong with you?
I can name 99 things that I would rather buy than one of these.
Yeah. Where's Jay Z when you need him? I got 99 things I want to buy, but the Game Gear ain't one.
Unbelievable.
Oh boy.
Unbelievable. Oh,
That was a great April Fool's joke.
yeah. No, well, we're done with that topic. If you want to go buy it, please go waste your money. Have fun. It would have been cool if it was all on one of those. Yeah, if they had every Game Gear game on one, cool. My problem is
But
like the list of problems that I have with that thing is just way too big. But let's just say the number one thing is the size. My fingers are way too long to play that thing, let alone all the other 99 million problems that are wrong with that thing. So
Viper, the thing costs $65 a piece.
that's crazy.
Each Game Gear is $65 a piece, pretty much.
Mhm.
65 bucks a piece.
Mhm. Crazy, crazy.
It's so bad.
All right, time to my topic. Black Lives Matter. How is Black Lives Matter affecting video games? It's affecting it greatly. Not only did we have the PlayStation conference that was supposed to be today, um,
Yep.
canceled. Then they also Nintendo's talking about that. Not talking like said that anything was really delayed. They're just saying that they're feeling for what's going on. They're very well aware. They support it. Um, there's podcasters all week that have been canceling their shows. What Good's Game Girls canceled their show this week and postponed it to next week. And to protest the situation. The situation is real, and I don't want to bring up the politics side of anything here. I just wanted to really talk about how it's affecting gaming. Um, it's not by itself George Floyd's death just on its own. This is something that continuously happens in society. Is just been absolutely insane about this. Communities from all over the world, not just all over the states, all over the world have come out in great support over Black Lives Matter, which is absolutely amazing. And I just wanted to educate people really quick on what's happening. The Black Lives Matters movement is actually um, putting funds together for a lot of these companies that have gotten looted and broken into that were smaller businesses, small business owners and stuff. So they're actually going out there and yep, Blackout Tuesday was this past Tuesday for IGN. So I think it's awesome that all these game communities are just coming together and really supporting Black Lives Matter. So that's all I really want to talk about with that. If you want your voice to be heard, there's so many ways to do it in the year 2020, which is amazing, where you can effectively be heard without hurting yourself or anyone else, but still your voice be heard. Every voice matters. So if any way you support any of these gaming, like the What's Good Games girls, like go out there, support them because they're supporting these type of things going on, and it's amazing. It's amazing the unity that these communities are coming out together. And that's really it with my topic. So,
Oh, that was quicker than I thought.
yeah, it took like 2 minutes. So I mean, well, 3 minutes, but like
Yeah.
I said, like I had a big rant, and I didn't really want to make it into a political thing because that's not what our show's about. Our show is really about the gaming side of things, and there's a lot of uh, huge African American actors, voice actors for video games. There's a lot of African American programmers that run deep within the thing. Even what's his face from Star Wars, man. Whew, he is going off on this thing,
Yeah,
man.
he's been going crazy with it, bro.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He said I might not have a job by the time this is done.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like people that take risks like that, man, because
yeah.
that means that they really stand for what they're talking about. So
But
I'm with them.
the funny thing is they're just not doing anything dangerous. They're not worried about like saying the wrong thing. It's just that's how serious this is. It's just standing up for it. You have a chance of people criticize you, but the world, the society as we know it is so much better and more positive now that these type of things can happen and everything will be okay. So if this was back, in the 50s, like then we would be in a very dangerous time, but the world, it's such a better place. Even though this has happened and it's a very tragic thing, we're not in a state anymore where the world's accepting it as being okay. The world's not accepting it being okay. Now we just got to get to a point in life that it shouldn't happen. The world shouldn't have to be angry about it. So
This shouldn't even be a thing anymore. It
nope.
it really shouldn't. It just drives me. I'm not gonna go crazy, but it just drives me nuts that we still have this. I know it's been like for hundreds of years, but I'm just sticking to like a little more recent, like this 1960s thought process still.
Hmm.
I don't get it,
Hmm.
and obviously I didn't grow up in the 60s,
Hmm.
but
At least
like
it's so
we
small though.
we're mad. Yeah, but like there's still so many people with that thought process. It
Right.
drives me nuts. I work with people that have
One
that
one
thought
too
process.
many. One too many.
It's just ridiculous. Like I feel like the only difference sometimes between now and then is that we don't have separate bathrooms.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
And, and
it just
and we can all drink from the same bubbler.
yeah, there's not separate bubblers
That's the
either.
only difference. That's literally the only difference.
It just pisses me off because literally it's, and we've said this before on the show too. The difference between me and you guys is that you have more color pigmentation than I do.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's
Exactly.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's
Eh,
almost like white people are mad. I'm sorry, getting into this. It's
yeah.
like white people are mad because we can't get a better tan than you guys.
I know. Even though some are.
I
But like I've been telling everyone, man, in New England, I'm not saying prejudice doesn't exist, but we
oh, it's
experience such a little amount compared to outside
Oh
these
yeah, that's
states.
100%, man.
We
That's
are
100%.
so blessed to be here, and like even with me being a lighter dark skin, not a lot of people know that I have an African American heritage. I mean, you're kind of blind if you don't think so, but most people just think that I'm Cape Verdean, and I'm not, and
I thought he was
uh,
Cape Verdean.
yeah, no, my father's African American and my mom's Portuguese. Even though that is what makes a Cape Verdean, none of my family is from the Cape Verdean Islands, so
Actual
therefore
Cape Verdean.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm not Cape Verdean. But with that being said, we're still really blessed up in the New England area because, like, as far as prejudice, I'm not saying I've never experienced it, but I can't say that I've ever been threatened by a cop. I've had harassment,
Yeah.
but on
Yeah.
such a small scale, I never felt threatened. Like I'm never like, oh my God, if I don't shut up, this is gonna be my life. Um, so I've walked in the store and gotten weird eyes, but never to the point. I'm not uncomfortable anywhere here in New England. Like it's almost people that are prejudiced are closet prejudice in this area. Anyone that's prejudiced isn't proud of it, and the only time it comes out is either by accident or just opening their mouth because they think that they're protected.
I agree. I agree to that.
So
but
We definitely have it fair up here compared to other places. Like I said, our cops and stuff, like compared to all these other places, you don't really hear Boston cops going through that stuff too much. They're very fair.
yep,
We're very diverse.
yep,
Compared to all these other places, we are very, very, very different.
yep,
yeah,
yep.
Um, it's not to say there isn't racism, but like you
No,
said,
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah. There's
lot of them,
definitely racism.
a lot of them are afraid to, it ain't like they're open like they are down there. Like
Hmm.
when it's racist down south, they're openly racist. Like get out of here, you n words, and get out. Like they're like that.
Yep,
Out
oh, yeah.
here, you ain't gonna really hear that too much.
yep, yep. I agree. I agree. So, but that's it with that. So,
Just for the record, I do give Van those looks, but that's only when he starts praising Sony and Kratos.
and I give Kyle those looks when he doesn't play Pokemon when it's like his favorite game out of all his games.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But But
we will be talking about that later.
and by the way, me and Kyle have officially become businessmen within each other. So we've become multi-millionaires in a day.
I'm loaded with currency.
Put that bell time in, boy. Put that bell time in.
Oh man.
All right, my friend. So now it's
Uh,
your turn.
I,
I have
I
no
hate
idea
to
what this is.
I hate to flip flop from happy to angry.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Kyle. It's okay.
Andre, you gotta figuratively hold my hand on this one because this does involve Microsoft and stuff.
I got you, bro.
Microsoft, we gotta talk.
Please talk to him because I'm tired of talking to him.
I'm at my wit's end with them. I really am. Like this is just getting to the point of they are one of the dumbest companies in the world today.
This is what you wanted me to put up as an image, right?
This we'll get to this
Okay,
in a
okay,
moment. We'll
okay.
get to this because these numbers are very interesting because mainly I might be talking about Mixer. By the way, Viper, if you don't want to hear this, hold earmuffs.
Uh-oh.
We might get kicked off Mixer. Sorry.
And I want to shout out to Viper because Viper is one of the guys that listen to us mainly on Mixer, but anytime Mixer's not working, he ends up going to another platform and
Shout
listening
out,
and
bro.
watching. So
Viper's
always
my
a
boy.
shout out. Yeah, he comes to
Viper's my
YouTube
boy.
too. So
Appreciate
You
that.
the man, Vipe.
I don't get what they're doing. It's like Microsoft for the last 7 years or ever, you know what? Ever since like the Xbox One came out,
2013.
to 2013, they've had this like ridiculously dumb thought process from then with trying to be very technological, but then put in stupid things like I'm saying things like you have to use the Kinect with the Xbox One, or stupid things like you have to be online all the time with your Xbox and stuff. And the second like that started, it's like all of a sudden everything they started doing went downhill after that.
mhm.
I'm going to talk more recently because that's just been going on for years and years and years. Microsoft in general, not Xbox. Microsoft in general has this thought process of thinking that they need to just sign people or studios just to make them look good and have big names with them. So maybe they will get popular again by association. When the fact is, that's not happening at all. And that never, ever works. It doesn't. Whether it's their Mixer platform or their Xbox platform, they're doing the same exact thing. Look at all the studios that they signed for Xbox.
Mhm.
All of them. And basically, they haven't really seen much about it. I know it's a process.
Only four of them so far. 4 of them so
Only
far.
4, right? Only 4 out of all those studios that they signed. It's basically like they signed all those studios, and I'm going to bring up Ninja and Shroud on Mixer. They signed all those studios, including Ninja and Shroud, just so they could look at Sony and all the other companies and go, ha ha, or in Twitch, I should say, in Twitch and YouTube gaming, and go, ha ha, we have the biggest streamers now on Mixer. And a year ago, as you see by the numbers, that looked great. It looked awesome. We had Ninja, we had Shroud, or they had Ninja and Shroud, I should say we. And they were going crazy and going banana, it was big news. And then we had a massive influx of viewers coming to Mixer. Now, when you see, I know I'm going all over the place, but now look at the numbers right now. In a year span from April 2019 to when they signed Ninja to a year later in April 2020, the numbers don't lie. The hours watched from Twitch went from 750 million to 1.491 billion views, which is a year-by-year growth of 98%, close to over 100%. YouTube gaming went up 65% in their growth. Facebook gaming went up 238%, went from 86 million just starting to 291 million views.
That's crazy.
The industry growth is 99%. You know why it's not higher than that? Mixer went from 37.044 million views to 37.106 million views, which is a 0.2% year-to-year growth.
So
Jesus
I wanna
Christ.
give big ups to YouTube Gaming, not YouTube, Facebook Gaming,
Yep.
because it's how they've approached it. It's so easy to stream on a platform that you already have friends. So it just makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
That if you have Twitch or Mixer, now you're telling people, oh, make an account, do this, and then follow this. No, Facebook Gaming is the easiest platform to get a following because all they have to do is just like your page. That's it. And
Oh no,
then
absolutely.
and then when you share it, like you're sharing it, it's playing in that feed anyway. So it just
Right.
makes the platform so much easier to watch for everybody because you don't need to make any account. Like, yeah, it's you now, but that's another joys of it too. There's no more hiding. Like,
Yep.
there's no more hiding behind this false wall. Whatever you say is shown by you, so
Oh yeah. Oh
proceed.
yeah, but this is what happens when you don't listen to your community. The community in Mixer has been telling you what the problem with the website is for a whole year, for longer than the year. They've been telling you what needs to be done and what needs to be, used on the website, what needs to be executed. And they don't do anything. They don't do a thing.
Mixer
So,
visually is one of like my favorite ones to go to. Twitch has changed a lot, so they've gotten a lot better. But if I have to say attractive wise, like I like the Mixer interface the most, the most.
okay. Okay. But that is a reason why I have an issue with Microsoft, because that is their mindset as of late, is making everything look aesthetically amazing.
Mhm.
Think about it. Xbox Series X, they wanted to make that the most powerful system. So it looked better than a PlayStation 5. The Mixer website, they just wanted to make it look better than the Twitch website. But they have done nothing, not a thing to promote it, to improve, the interface itself, to get people to come onto the website.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say that it looks the same as when I first. I remember when I first was telling you guys like Mixer's dope. Like when it was Beam and then it went to Mixer, and I'm like,
Mhm.
Mixer's pretty good looking. It pretty much looks the same, other than them adding a sticker type crap, but it looks the same.
but they did change the out, the outer, the whole web page. Let's put it that way. The intro web page,
Mhm.
the home site. They changed that. Okay, so it kind of looks more like the Xbox One interface
Mhm.
that way. But the core of it is just so bad. Their servers are still bad. I feel like every time I watch somebody that's actually pretty popular,
Mhm.
somehow there's still frame drops going on. But if I watch Ninja or Shroud, there's no frame drops going on. Why is that? Oh, because they're putting all their money into two streamers, and I'm not trying to rip them at all. They signed a contract and they're abiding by their contract. They're making their
Mhm.
money. I
Yeah.
get it. But what they don't do a thing to promote that platform.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. They do nothing. I made the joke to my buddies at PAX when I went to the Mixer booth and saw Ninja on the screen, and I kept taking pictures and sending it to them saying, gee, it'd be nice if this guy showed up to one of these events one time to promote this platform, or even Shroud doing the same thing. It'd be nice if they actually did that one time, but they never will. They never will, because Microsoft just wanted to sign them just to be like, hey, we got them. It's like, for all you wrestling fans out there, I'm making a wrestling comparison. This is like back in the 90s when it was WWE versus WCW, and WCW was signing, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage and all those guys just to pull them away from WWE. You know what happened to WCW in the end? They went out of business in 2001 because they just wanted to get the big names, and they just gave them creative control, and they said, you do whatever you want.
But
Go ahead.
even though NWO was the best thing that was ever created, next to
NWO, I will not diss. Obviously, it was great,
that was the
fantastic,
best thing ever created.
best thing created in WCW
Yeah.
by far. I won't rip that.
But
But
then when it came to WWF, I was like, all right, who cares about WCW now?
But my point is, they had that one good idea that worked for them for a while,
Mm.
and then the second it died off, they had no other good ideas, and everything went down the crapper. This is the exact same thing that Mixer's doing right now. And by the way, when I go to PAXs, right, and I look at their little board with all the streamers on there, and I gotta see a picture of Shroud that basically looks like a copy and paste photo. He can't even pose in front of like the Mixer stuff. You have to do that. That's when you know there's an issue. Like you can't even get this guy to do that.
It's funny you said that, Kyle,
And
because at E3 when they had the Mixer hype zone, how they do the hype zone thing. They have all that, and they have these gamers that are coming out, and they have competitions open, for people to join and all that stuff. I was thinking the same thing. I said, dude, this is E3. Where is these big time streamers that they're paying?
right.
Why can't you get them to come out and literally sit here for a few hours just to greet, just to say hi? And I do know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember when I was in the Gears 3 tournament, I met the top player in Gears 3 at that time. He was the best Gears 3 player in the world at that time.
Yep.
I met him and I asked him, I said, how is it traveling and stuff? And he explained to me, how he gets free food, free hotel, and all this type of stuff. And then he said, but to be honest, he said, I really don't even want to be here. So he said, I'm not even gonna go as hard as I normally go. He's like, I don't know why they got me way out here. He was from Canada.
Yep.
And he said, I don't even really want to be here. And like that hurt me so much because I'm like, dude, it reminds me of an athlete. Like you have this platform, you have literally the best stuff like other people are trying so hard to have in their life. You got it, and you don't use it. You don't even even if Microsoft and them didn't offer those type of things, which I think they probably do.
Yeah.
I feel like as a gamer and as a streamer, for my fans that out there that watch my sloppy ass every time I go in there and record, the least I can do is say, let me go say hi to my fans. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm that way with anyone though. Like, I don't like athletes that do that. I don't like anybody that's like standoffish in a way. That's why I never like Aaron Rodgers. So when it comes to gaming, I feel like Ninja, Shroud, all these streamers should be coming out more. And Microsoft, if they're not offering them these things, they need to start offering it. And if they are, they need to accept the offers because it's just, I think it's wrong. Like my son watches Ninja and he's probably never going to see Ninja. Why? Because Ninja needs to be offered $1 million just to go on a show like what's that singing show? Masked Singer. Ninja got offered like $500,000 just to join that show. Like that's crazy to me, man. And he goes on that because it's the pay. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you, Kyle, man. I don't know their mindset, but I agree with you, Kyle.
What's funny is how excited I was. We can even go back to the show where, like, I'm not a Ninja fan. Like, I don't like Ninja, but the streaming is not my thing. Like watching streamers, I support like a lot of podcasts because that's news and stuff. But as far as like watching, gamers just game, like it's not my thing. Especially now, like it's mostly Fortnite. Even though the times are changing now, there's more diversity again. So that's kind of clipped off a little bit, um, but a lot of that is I thought I was very excited for Mixer because they got a big name, and Mixer was the first one to be like, hey, we're gonna start signing these streamers. And I thought that was opening the door with other people where it's like, hey, you're gonna start seeing streamers now getting contracts, and that's how they're gonna start getting paid is by contracts instead of endorsements and sponsors and stuff, and that opens up the whole doorway of being celebrities, so to speak, which is really, really good for those that are trying to make this a living. Um, but Mixer did nothing with it. Like it was just like they threw a bunch of money and did nothing with it. And I guarantee you it's all their fault because it's all due within the contract. I guarantee you they didn't put that stipulation in the contract that you have to do this, you have to do that. They were just like, all you have to do is stream. Like, and remember the whole thing we had? We were like, hey, it's gonna be about Halo. The deal's gonna be Halo's gonna come streaming. He's a big Halo player. That whole philosophy, like, but they did nothing with this, and it's just like I don't know, but
I mean, they might. Then honestly, your theory with that might be true because next month is.
nope.
Be shocked if Ninja is pretty much headlining that whole thing. I would not because they're supposed to show multiplayer and everything.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see with that. But let's put it this way: Microsoft basically wrote them a contract just to be like, hey, just promote Halo. That's
And
it.
that's
And
a
then
waste.
proud you can do whatever you want. You can just do whatever you want on the platform. That's fine. We're just going to sign you and give you a whole bunch of money. They didn't do anything in that contract to, to make them be like, hey, you have to make public appearances for our brand, at, events like E3 or PAX West or events like that. Why isn't that in their contract? And if they didn't want to sign the contract, then they wouldn't have signed the contract. You tried, but at least you would have made an effort to do something rather than sign them, bring a few people over, and then like a month later they go back to watching Twitch because, quite frankly, the platform sucks.
Kyle, what have we said? What is Microsoft's biggest flaw out of everything? Everything is their PR.
Of course.
They have the worst PR in history, not just gaming history, in business history. The worst PR.
Oh, they're horrible. Their PR is horrible. And I'll tell you this right now. It's kind of segueing into my last point with this whole thing. There have been streamers leaving the platform. Partnered streamers actually leaving the Mixer platform. They're partnered with Mixer and they're leaving the platform. And I know a couple of actually, and Dwelly's not partnered, but he just left Mixer. Dwelly's no longer on Mixer. He's now on Twitch again.
Wow, really?
He left. Yep. So he left.
I didn't know.
But I have another friend who was a partnered streamer, and she decided to leave. She decided to leave the platform because she fought for that platform. She wants it to do well, but she's fought so much, and they've done so little, if not anything, that she just got to the point of, why am I fighting anymore? They're not going to do anything. And I had to tell her that. I told her, I was like, you can fight, but at the end of the day, it's their decisions that they have to do. But this is to a bigger point. Mixer promotes this community that's supposed to be this positive, reassuring community, support everybody community. And I know all platforms, try to be positive, and I know there's the people out there, but this platform just doesn't do it at all. This platform is so negative. It's so toxic. It's unbelievable.
And that's unfortunate.
And I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it because I don't care. Yes, Whisper. It's when you have to DM somebody who's leaving the platform because they've put in so much effort to make it better, and Microsoft doesn't want to make it better. And then so she decides to leave, and you have other partners. I know other partner streamers have done this. DM her, basically ripping her for leaving and all this other stuff and being negative about every single thing. And even people going on the stream to be negative about it, to rip her for going over to Twitch. That's not promoting positivity. That's being toxic. That's being absolutely negative. The streaming community in a whole is supposed to be this very positive community, support each other for real. It's not a tagline. That's what it's supposed to be. Whether you're on Twitch, Facebook Gaming, YouTube, or Mixer, it doesn't matter. You should be supporting everybody. We don't need negativity like this in this world. And I'm pretty sure some partner streamer who probably did this crap. I'm not saying all of them. There are very good streamers on Mixer that I know, that I've gotten to know. Viper is a great guy, because he's been on my streams a couple times, and I greatly appreciate that. Definitely. He's a great person. But I know a lot of great streamers. I met good friends from this platform and stuff. But there are so many people that just rip other streamers. It's like a high school environment. It's so bad. It's incredible. Why I stay on the platform, I don't know. The only reason, and I'll say this, the only reason why I am staying on Mixer, and it might not be me, more than likely ain't going to be me, but there's got to be change here, especially with this platform. There's got to be some sort of change. With everything that's going on in the world right now, with Black Lives Matter, with coronavirus, with everything that's going on, you guys still have the time to go on somebody's DM in Twitter and rip them for changing platforms because they fought.
An asteroid heading towards Earth.
It might as it might as well be.
No, there's really asteroids. There's
It
three of them.
really is.
Oh, it
One,
really is.
but they're like 3 million miles away. Like it's. I know in space that's pretty close, but there's
Right.
one the size of a stadium, which is the biggest one, and it's 3,700,000 miles away or something like that. But it's just
Yeah.
funny when they make that news articles. They're like asteroid headed towards Earth, and then you read it, you're like 3 million miles
I
away.
hate to do that. It scares the living hell out of you.
Like
Mhm.
I
But
ignored
uh,
it, and then when I seen ABC, Yahoo, NBC, Fox, I'm like, oh God,
yeah,
what's the information? You click on it, you're like, God damn it.
Mhm.
nah, I hate when you do that crap. But Kyle, to go with what you're saying, my nephew, he was streaming on he left Twitter, and to go with what Van said, he's been doing Facebook streaming. His
Yep.
viewership is through the roof right now. Like he averages
I'm
like
sure.
gets like about a 1.5K watching him like every time he plays on Call of Duty.
But that's because Facebook advertise.
Of
Yeah,
course.
they really do. Like it pops
Of
up
course.
even every time I go on Facebook, I'm scrolling through, it just pops up someone's live, and I'm like, that's fine because that's how you help people out, man. So my nephew said since he said it's been groundbreaking for him, and I watched him yesterday play Warzone for a little bit. I was just happy to see them as at 1 point
You're breaking up
kid
bad,
from Brockton,
Andre.
Yeah.
15. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
Oh,
you. We can't hear
I
you
thought he
yeah,
was
again.
didn't
supposed
have
to
much.
shut up his computer,
You still there, Andre?
Andre.
You
Yeah,
made
I'm still
him.
here.
You made him cry.
Oh, jeez.
Do I still sound like T-Pain?
Not anymore.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna stop saying you're good because every
All
time
right.
I
Yeah.
say
Every
you're
time we say he's good, he's not good.
Hold up. Do I still sound like T-Pain?
no,
No.
I'm good.
no, now you do.
All right, I'm not gonna say nothing then.
All right. He's done.
Every time you get Mix is fucking with you guys. And what's funny right
Yes,
now,
I'm
all
sure
I
it is.
can see. So I have a chat that's up that is networked with all our networks, and the only chat that's working is Mixer.
Yeah. Well, that's because Viper's on there. By the way, Viper, thank you again.
Um,
So if anyone sends any messages, you're gonna have to read them because for some reason I can only see Mixer.
Yeah, I got all the chats up anyway. But last thing, that's basically the last thing I was gonna say. Just we need to be more positive in general. This is just bad.
Hmm.
Like you guys need to really, really the people that are DMing her or any that's going after anybody, I should say. It's not just her. It's anybody that leaves this platform that decides to go somewhere else to better themselves. And you're gonna rip them for that. I'm sorry. You need to reassess your life, and you need to figure
yeah,
out what your
try.
priorities are. I
You know what it is? People use it as one, a form of entertainment. So for those that are doing it that are not seriously using it a form of entertainment. Two, they like to be heard one way or another, and that so they just choose to do that so that way they can be heard. And three,
Mhm.
the world's just got assholes.
But the problem is like it's not just on their streams; it's in their DMs,
Yeah.
on their Twitter DMs, on Discord DMs.
You know,
They're
it's
going after them.
what it
So
is
you,
that freedom of speech situation where people go, hey, well, you got a freedom of speech, and that's what they do with it.
yeah. Well, I have a freedom of speech too, and I can do it in many different sign languages right now. But unfortunately, I'm not going to because I've said my piece on this. It's just utterly ridiculous. Things have got to change. Microsoft, in general, things have to change with your company because you just want to look pretty. And that's why PlayStation, Nintendo, Twitch, Facebook gaming, YouTube gaming, all those platforms are kicking your ass in every single aspect that you try to do right now. Every single.
Agreed. Agreed. 100%. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. If it does the T-Pain thing, just let me know.
Mm.
But yeah, Kyle, to elaborate on Microsoft is my baby. It's been my baby for a while. But sometimes you can't handle the kid no more, so you gotta let it go. So I did give up my child for adoption as far as Microsoft goes, and I always get the question of why, and this and that, and it was a lot that weighed on me, man. Like for me being everyone that finds out, they're always shocked. They're always like, dude, you got coats made, you got hats made, shirts made, your gamer score is ridiculous, like all that type of crap, man. And to go from having an active membership and everything to no longer even being active, like it took a lot to get to that point. But I just got fed up with how they ran things. It was not just because of the exclusive thing. It was just how they run their company. I just feel like Microsoft doesn't care about the gamers, man. Like I'm never a fan of anybody I feel like is all about money. And I trusted Phil going in, but as time is going, it's just showing me it's all about money. And speaking of making things look pretty, what do they announce today? Oh, you guys want to check out the brand new Xbox dashboard for the next system? So they're showing off the Xbox Series X dashboard.
Yep.
I don't care about the dashboard. You are a month away from showing Halo, which is literally not make or break, because at this point, even Halo can't make the Xbox anymore. So it's not make or break. It's at save for a little while longer or break. That's all it really is. So with Halo being here revealed next month, and you want to talk to me with this week, this month supposed to be pretty much our E3. You want to talk to me about a new dashboard, bro? I don't care about how pretty the dashboard look. That's the least of the problems. So for me, kind of like you said, I always explain to people, I find myself not, even though I'm with PlayStation more now and I play my Switch more now, preferably the PlayStation because I like the single player joints. But even though I'm with them, it's not as if I'm like defending one of those, because you don't have to. They speak for themselves. Where Microsoft, I was always in the position since 2013 to have to defend their moves and their decisions. It's like having a favorite rapper or a favorite actor or a favorite singer. Like how many of us like Michael Jackson, but on the outside world, we don't know what he did. Some people believe we don't know. So I try to be
But at
like
least as an entertainment, at least as an entertainer, he's doing his job though.
yeah, and so Microsoft, it's like now since 360 days, I have nothing to defend. What was I supposed to say? Like once they gave up exclusivity, it was like there's nothing else to say. So now I notice when I'm talking to people, I'm literally telling them, I hope you're looking to get in that PS5.
You
I hope
know,
you're waiting for that Switch.
you know what I keep saying to people? Hey, y'all got that Game Pass.
That's it.
That's
But
all
so
I
does
can say.
Windows got it. Windows got that Game Pass.
Right. What's
The
the
Switch
difference?
might have that Game Pass according to rumors. The Switch might be getting the Game Pass. So at this point, Kyle, I agree with you 100%. I'd be wanting to talk about Microsoft sometime, like the whole 1,000 games and all that stuff like we did last week. But I try my best to avoid that because it's more emotional to me because I take everything I do passionately. So with Microsoft being as terrible as it's been, it's a shot, bro. Like I said, no matter what they announce this year, what they show in July, it can be the hottest announcements of all time. If they announce there's 15 games coming out, yeah, that's good, but they're not exclusive, so it all goes out the window for me. So with Microsoft and their editing, it's just all about money, bro. It's just a shot to the stomach to me. And every time I even talk about it, it's like cringeworthy because I'm like, dude, my system went so far downhill. I can imagine how people that were diehard Sega fans felt when
Yeah.
Sega dropped.
Andre, like you just said before, they're focusing on what the Series X dashboard looks like. What did I say before? They're worried about the aesthetic.
And you didn't even
They're
know that,
worried.
Kyle. Kyle, you didn't even know they just announced that. Like, you can
I didn't.
Google it right now.
You know why?
And it's there.
Because half the time I don't give a shit what Microsoft says
Yeah.
because they're so
Exactly.
stupid. They're so dumb. By the way, Viper, I agree. Ninja hosting the Halo tourney is pretty much a joke because he's not. Is he going to sit there and promote Mixer? No, he's just going to sit there and go, "Hey, good, what a great event this is." That's all he's going to say. He's not going to promote Mixer. He's not going to do anything. He's going to sit there and make his money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not knocking Ninja. I'm not.
Hold on. Like the great legend Marshawn Lynch says, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Exactly. Actually, a friend of mine who is a streamer says that as well, so it's just funny.
Yeah, I'm just here so
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Which I didn't like him doing that, by the way. I'm just saying that's to point that out. But that's what Ninja's gonna do pretty much.
Yeah, again, it's not a knock on Ninja. It's not. He's doing, he's abiding by his contract. He's making his money.
But you
I'm
know,
not knocking him. I'm knocking Microsoft for making such a stupid contract just so he could get somebody over to bring a crowd over for about 5 seconds, and the numbers show what happens in a long-term deal.
you know what, Viper? You're right. Like one thing I'm sorry, I said you're right. The one thing I have to say is I don't want to see Ninja in tournaments. Ninja, all right. So Ninja to me is not as good as what these competitive players do. Like he is not that good at Fortnite. He streams Fortnite. He's really not that good. Out of all the groups of people that have played, there were people way better than him. It's just he's a
Oh yeah,
popular streamer. As far as Halo, I know that's his background. I know that's where he came from. That's what he was
Yeah,
really good at. But that doesn't mean that he's gonna be winning these tournaments. Like yeah, dude, like
yeah,
I don't know, but what I want to see is if I want to see him commentate, I want to see him do what he does. That's just like what's his face for Tekken? I can't think of his name. He was a representative for Mad Cats. Like that dude is awesome. Like and he goes on and well, he got let go of Mad Cats a few years ago. But
mhm,
he I forget who he works for now. But he's always on there doing his thing, like true for the game. Like Ninja doesn't do anything. Who's Ninja true to besides himself, which is fine. Like that's making him money, but
right?
somebody that's gonna die. People like that, their popularity is gonna die because
yep,
they're not doing it. Like they have no real image or thing that's them. Like he's just kind of going everywhere and doing
Oh
everything.
yeah,
And again, that's no insult to him. Like it's working out right now, and it could work out forever. Like it's so funny, and I like to use the Lil Wayne analogy, right? I
yeah,
love Lil Wayne when he was with Cash Money. Loved him. He was the only
same.
artist that I loved that was with Cash Money. Only artist I love at the beginning, right? Everyone else stopped making music, and he was making music still. Loved it, right? Even when he started going to the auto tune, I was okay with that for like an album because like I thought it was cool. Like I like the auto tune, like someone that does it. And if someone like T
Talk about
Pain,
Carter 3.
yeah, yeah. Like even T Pain, like T Pain, people don't understand. T Pain can really sing, but what makes T Pain good is he's one of like the best musical artists. He puts music together. It's not just his singing voice that's good, it's everything he does that's good.
yeah,
So, but Lil Wayne, he just got to a point where his lyrics got lazy and his lyrics are trash. And now it's not even his lyrics. Like I'm 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 very big on lyrics. Like I love lyrics, but it doesn't have to be like this mastermind thing. It doesn't have to be Eminem. It doesn't have to be, even though I think Jay-Z's trash. It doesn't have to be Jay-Z. It
He
doesn't
is
have to
trash.
be. It doesn't have to be Method Man. But like, there's got to be a purpose to it. If the writing's lazy, then there's got to be because you sacrifice the writing for the flow. Um, but Lil Wayne just got lazy where he's just like, Weezy baby. Like, at what point in time like is that no talent? You know what I mean? So, but with saying that and bringing it back to the gaming, like, it's just you gotta have you gotta do something that is you and that doesn't get lazy. Does that make sense? Like you got to put
yeah,
some effort into that and expand yourself. Like Ninja has so much possibility. He can start his own like league if he wanted to. That would be big. Like do something bigger than you. Do something bigger than you.
I agree.
And if you don't, then don't. Like that's fine. Oh, I know what I was saying with the Little Wayne comparison. I didn't think Little Wayne would become popular. People love Little Wayne. I, I think he when more people liked him, the worse he got. Like like he am I wrong though? Like the worse he got, people were like, "Yo, Weezy was fire," and it's like, did we just listen to the same thing? And it got to a point like the more he started putting out stuff, I was like mad. I was mad that I liked him. You know, I was mad that I liked him. But people still put him up there as like one of the best rappers of all time, which
Yep.
we've not
He better
even
than Jay-Z.
let's not even get into that debate.
No,
But
no, no, that'll last forever.
yeah, yeah. But in that instance, like I could be wrong about Ninja, where it could be he's the pop. He's what people like, and who's to
Yeah,
tell anyone what they like and what they don't like? Just I'm telling you the true nature of it. Just like hip hop. Like I love using hip hop because hip hop is such an easy, like music is such an easy comparison because it's true. Like through time, the taste changes, but at the end of the day, you can't deny the laziness and the change of the involve, like the
Yeah.
evolve of music. Like I'm not a huge country music fan, but even people that are huge country music fans, like I know music. Country music has gotten bad. It started with rock. Rock was amazing. That slowly got bad. Hip hop was amazing. That slowly got bad because whatever is popular, it starts getting lazy, 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 and everyone thinks they can do it. And then all of a
That's
sudden,
fact.
trash
That's fact.
starts coming out. So that's what I see in gaming. That's what I see in gaming. Like people are getting lazy on these streams, and it's just like it's all not persona. Well, no, the personas, but it's all what's the word I'm looking for? Um,
Your image.
Gimmicks. It's all gimmicks.
Image.
Yeah, it's all gimmicks. Image, yeah, Image is a gimmick. Like it's like Doctor Disrespect. Funny guy. I like him, even though like there's a lot of shit he does that's fucked up in real life. But I don't watch anybody on there for their real life situation. Like I didn't love Jordan because he was a good person outside the court. It helps, but it's not why I love Jordan. Like in that sense, in streaming, who cares? But now it's just like everyone's like, oh, okay, well, people like this Doctor Disrespect needs a dick. I'm just gonna be a dick. Like, no, that's
Right.
not what makes that. So, with Ninja, he's a good dude too. That's the thing I do like about Ninja is like he is a good dude. Like he is really cool. He's really nice. He cares about what he does. But it's just I think as an image for gaming, he needs to do better. If he's gonna be like this symbol, like I hold you to a very high standard, a very high standard. If you're gonna take that role on, man, you gotta run Adam Sessler. Like yo, people look at him. Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley is the perfect example. Jeff Keighley, we talked about last week, is now an icon of gaming. He is an icon of gaming.
Yeah. I agree.
So, and I think Ninja has that capability.
All right. Very last thing I'm going to say because we're overtime right now.
Hmm.
I do agree with Viper on one end, which is, he's not even playing in the tourney. Like, I mean, he doesn't have to play in the tourney, but when he says it's not about him winning or losing the tourney, just him getting back into Halo and showing everyone he's not afraid to get back into the game. See, now that I do agree with. I think that would be a fun thing. I think that would be cool, especially for Microsoft to see him go on and play Halo with a bunch of maybe pros or maybe some friendlies with other people.
But
I
then
think that would be
if that's
awesome.
the case, I think he needs to get fully back into it competitively. Like, don't do this. Oh, I'm just gonna do it for this one day, this one week. Like, if he's gonna be in it, like, then go back into it competitively. Like, go
Right,
back
but
into it competitively.
that's if he's going to play against the pros. I'm saying, do some casuals. Do some casuals with people that are there. You know, make it this huge thing.
Yeah.
But they're not going to. They're
Yeah.
obviously not going to. He's just going to sit there and host it. He'll be like, "Oh, that was a great match," and this, and that. He'll do the commentating thing. There's, your usual commentating stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
gaming is such a middle ground because, like, in basketball, you retire from basketball, you go to coaching, you do these little things, but you don't play basketball anymore. You don't play, so you're not known as a player. Gaming, do you ever really retire from gaming? You play gaming until you're 89 years old. Like, you know what I mean? So you can play gaming forever. It's just to the point of like you just don't want to do the traveling because the traveling is very like straining on you because of all the traveling and the money and flying and stuff like that. So
well, I mean, he's kind of the symbol of the streaming community right now. So I mean, do so. I don't know, just do
the
something if he's there.
dude was nominated
But
for Person of the Year for People Magazine. I mean,
right.
you know what I mean? Like that's why I'm holding him to such a high standard. Where it's like, yo, if this dude's gonna be nominated, but did he win Person of the Year 2020? 2019?
I could tell you. I'd have to look it up.
I could have swore that was something like because that's what we talked about. We ended up talking about it, but all right. We'll get off the subject.
Well,
But so
you
what I'm
cut
gonna
out.
do? What?
I said you cut out for like 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. So, real quick, I just didn't want to forget this. PCG has a GoFundMe. We are planning on open at the end of June, first week of July. So please support us. bills still collect. So any help you could do is going to go straight to the bills. For the whole Corona thing, we have been closed, so no tournaments, no. It's been doors closed, lights off, nobody there. So if you can please check us out at GoFundMe.com/help PCG. Every dollar that is supported is huge and means so much to us. We want to thank you to all those that contributed so far. And we appreciate your love and support as always. So again, GoFundMe.com/help PCG. So, all right, all right. Our next topic. PlayStation. We have decided to postpone the PlayStation event scheduled for June 4th. While we understand gamers worldwide are excited to see PS5 games, we do not feel this right now at is a time for celebration and for I need to move this chat. For now, we want to stand back and allow more important voices to be heard. As a PlayStation fan that couldn't wait to see stuff for PlayStation 5 and that we actually had something an hour before our show. Um,
We had a live stream planned for this.
I was highly disappointed. But if there was any kind of cancellation, this would be it. So I'm very proud of PlayStation for taking this stance and saying, hey, listen, you know what? There's worse things going. There are bigger things going on in the world right now, and we feel that the focus of the social media needs to go to that. I wasn't even sure if it was a good idea for us to stream, but I wanted our voices to be heard with our opinions and what we felt about the situations that were going on. So with everything that's been going on, it's not just PlayStation. It is everybody, not everyone, a lot of people that are doing it. And I think this is good. Like, a lot of people are saying, hey, you know what, this would have been good to have some positivity. Right now is not the time for that positivity. I get it. You want it, but we need to deal with the situation that is going on, and we need our voices to be heard and not blocked out. And PlayStation releasing the news for PS5 will deter from that. It will take from that news, and PlayStation knows that. And for them to big up and say now is not the time for us to release brand new information that's hype is not just smart for caring, but also smart business wise because a lot of attention is on that. So they would also lose a lot of their attention too. So business wise, I think though that they just made the right move, business and ethical. Even though
I
Andre feels other words.
The only reason why I feel otherwise is only because it's the same thing they did with PAX. Like I feel like when Sony does their promotions or their marketing or whatever, it's almost like they always do their stuff late and then they're the first ones to cancel right behind it. Like it's almost like when
But
you see this.
were they right about Corona though?
No, they was. I'm not saying they weren't. I'm just saying that their approach with how they do things. So like they literally announced this a few days before.
That I agree
They
with.
literally announced it. Yeah, like they literally announced that the event was gonna happen a few days before. Then 3, 4 days later, they say we're not gonna do it. That was my only issue. But for what they're doing it for, I was real glad with. I
Hmm.
really, I'm
Hmm.
not hating on that. All right, love you. See you later. All right, ma. But yeah, I'm not. That's the only thing that I didn't like. I wasn't. And like I said, I wasn't mad at them, especially for what it is and being black. Like, of course, I'm gonna stand by it. But I feel like PlayStation just always does that. Like they give out their announcement and then they're like a few days later, oh, we can't make it. You know what I mean? Like the summer gaming thing, they did theirs, but they planned this way back. Like they gave us these dates a while back, and on top of that, they gave us a date when they're going to continue it. They already said June 8th they're going to continue.
Yeah.
PlayStation just said that's it. Well, and then today they did another video, one of them little ads, and it said something about we'll give you guys a date time soon.
Yeah.
Where summer gaming event said no, we're going to continue on June 8th. Like PlayStation just is doing this up in the air thing as of late.
But I'm
You know what I mean?
wondering. So I agree with you. I do agree with you on that. That is where it's frustrating. But something we got to remember too. I'm eager to see what this is going to turn out to be because if it turns out to be that they had a lot of other connections and a lot of live streams going on with other companies, and the other companies are the ones that backed out, then that makes sense and why
Yeah, that
they
would make
they
sense. That would make
pulled out
sense.
the way that they did is because they're like, all right, we're not going to do it if people aren't going to do this with us, like we can't. So they
Yeah.
were probably planning on doing it, but I do agree. 3 days. Like you telling me all this changed in three? Like it's not like this bomb dropped. Like with,
Yeah, it was already going on. Like it was
but
already protests and everything going on. So it was like,
but
uh,
it definitely wasn't happening the way that it's happening now. Like
it
now,
got way worse. It
yeah,
got way
yeah,
worse. And,
yeah.
I just
But
I
I
give
get
like
it.
I
I
said,
get it.
if it's legit for that reason, I'm fine with it. I just hope PlayStation ain't continuing to cut corners like they've been doing as of late. Like I would hope that as a company they wouldn't be the type to be like, yeah, we need a little more time, so let's use this as a time to do this. I would hope they wouldn't do that. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
I
gonna give
agree.
them the benefit of the doubt
Mm.
and hope that that's not the case.
Yeah. I can't say, oh yeah, no, that's not even possible because it's possible. It is possible.
Yeah,
I think it's unlikely, but it's definitely possible.
yeah. But and it's just the excitement, bro. Like every right now, we're all waiting for the next gen stuff to be talked about. We're still waiting on so much.
It's
So
a
it's just the hype, like you said, as a PlayStation fan, like you're a diehard PlayStation fan. So as a PlayStation fan, we're just ready to see them prices and stuff and when they can be pre-ordered. Like everybody wants to know
yeah,
little details because PlayStation's been so quiet. Like out of them and Xbox, Xbox is definitely letting us know a lot of stuff. The only thing they got left to do is give us a price. PlayStation gave us the details, the specs, all that stuff, but Xbox also did that. We
yeah,
just need to find out price for these two consoles because, like I told you guys way back, I do believe that they both play off each other as far as price. Like they want to beat the other one in price. There's no way I feel they go in with a set price. I feel like they feel like a few more dollars can save them for. I mean, can make them the make or break console. Like if the PlayStation comes out as the rumors are saying, like you had said, and then the Xbox is 600, PlayStation won
hmm oh
automatically.
yeah, not even a question. Not even a if it comes out like that, then it's not even a question what's
Yeah,
gonna happen.
all the Xbox rumors are 600 right now, and we all know 600 has been the mark of death price. But I mean, you're talking 600 to 400, 300. I mean, dude, that's painful, bro. So I think Xbox is going to reveal their price next month. I stand strong in believing they're going to reveal their price next month alongside with Halo and the launch title and all that stuff. And we just want dates, man. And like as fans, we're just trying to get those dates, bro. Like when are these going to be out? And they both said Xbox and Microsoft and Sony both came out and said that they won't be delayed. So
Mhm.
now it's even more pressure because we're like, dude, what are y'all going to do? Like someone give us something.
Yeah, yeah, outlaw. Like you're right, man. Like it's tough being a streamer and like I really want to be pushing through social media the GoFundMe this week, but I feel ashamed. Like I feel like I can't. Like this is not a time for me to ask people for money for my business when there are, black lives that are being taken by the police and there are protests and everyone's trying to raise money for these other causes and here I am greedily asking to help me provide for the business and it's so hard. It's so hard for me to do that.
Yeah.
So
But think about the black lives you helped, though, Van. You know,
mm,
you got to think about all the lives, and not just the black lives, the children lives that you help, and
mm,
the people that can't afford the gaming. You got to think about it that way. Like you help.
Yeah.
You're not a regular business. You know what I mean? You're not like just a business that profits off of people. Like you literally working for the community. So with you, you're the one exception. I would say, hey, you and anyone else like Game Underground, if Jamie's doing it, anyone that's doing any type of thing like that, I support all the way because what y'all do, y'all aren't the normal people. Like y'all do things for the community and the environment. So um, I don't know what he wrote, but I know by based off what your response was, it's probably pushing it on some other platform or pushing it. And whatever you can do, man, I agree to doing that because don't let what's going on right now take away because you help out so much people, man. Like it means so much, and you have a business that is for everybody. So I support that, bro.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's tough. It's tough.
Likewise.
Tough. And
Likewise. At least you promote a positive community, unlike some streaming websites.
Exactly.
fucking Kyle. Fucking Kyle. We're
Kyle is
good.
Getting
really
kicked off
Kyle's
a
really
mixer,
about to
and
get a
I don't
machete
care.
and a gun.
All of a sudden,
Kyle's really
and
about
there
to
goes our
become
stream.
a mixer assassin.
All of a sudden, there goes our stream from Mixer. Gone.
Sorry, Viper.
Profile
Viper has to run.
deleted. Never existed. All
Viper's
videos
gonna have
gone.
to run over to YouTube.
um, what is it? So Kyle, was there any closing thoughts that you want to say about the delay for Mixer? I mean, for sorry, for
That's
PlayStation.
definitely not for Mixer. I think I've said my piece on Mixer.
Yeah, we don't need
Yeah,
Van
Van, don't get him riled up, Van. Don't get him riled up again.
You know, Sony's doing the right thing. I mean, you guys pretty much said it. They're doing the right thing. I get from both perspectives. You know, obviously it's a bad time to do it, but at the same time, Andre, you know, you'd like with him, you know, you'd like to see something, and I get it. You want to see something, but you know, it's like we've been waiting this whole time for Sony to say anything. That what's it matter if we wait a little bit longer at this point?
Yeah.
So it's not a big thing, big deal. They're doing the right thing along with. I mean, we'll talk about with Summer of Gaming. They're kind of doing the same thing. You know, everybody's making the right choice and stuff. And I get what Outlaw's saying on Twitch. I don't know if you saw the chat for Twitch, Van. He said, "I feel you, Van. I don't know how anyone can keep streaming right now, playing video games right now. It just feels wrong." I mean, I understand that. I understand that thought process. But you know, as long as you know that you're supporting this cause, even if it can't be, you know, financially, as long as you're verbally and people know that you're supporting this cause, that's really all that matters in the end. It's like you are with the protesters
Yep.
right now. So, you know, if you can't be there physically, like to be perfectly honest, I would love to be at a protest, but I'm not going to because remember, there's still a virus going around.
Yeah.
That's what people keep forgetting.
And, you know, I'm not trying to rip the people who are doing it, but and I'm not. Let's be clear, I'm not at all. It's just when the coronavirus is still a thing and hundreds of thousands of people have passed away from it. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
It almost makes
you're
you
right.
wonder.
You're right.
Cal, it almost makes you wonder about how they said in fall that the number was going to spike. It almost makes you wonder how they knew that number was going to hit like that. And then these protests going on, it's going to get crazy, bro. So like I'm with you on that, Cal.
It will. Yeah, it's going to get crazy. It's still going to get crazy. Summertime, you might see something that's like, you know, a dip in, you know, cases with coronavirus, but you know, the hot weather viruses don't do that well. But this is a normal virus.
Yeah.
This is changing the way we live. And it's going to for years to come. And then the only way we get back to some sort of normalcy is if we develop a vaccine for it, which I haven't heard anything on it yet, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, that's the situation we're in with both of that. But
I do want to say, Kyle, because you brought it up, Kyle. When it comes to gaming, I know Van probably would agree on this. When you can game, a lot of times it takes your mind off of reality. So like for me, being a black man, black and Hispanic man, and my mother being from North Carolina and stuff, my grandmother was a slave. So and she's still living to this day, 1938. For me, when I watch CNN all day, or I watch anything all day, and I see everything going on, my head is it wants to explode. So sometimes for me to get on my game, it lets me breathe for a minute. So I'm not on Facebook ranting and I'm not at protest causing stuff because the anger that's deep down in all of us, that's in Van, that's in me, and anyone that's white that supports Black Lives Matter, anybody, the anger that's deep down in people that actually have family that's African American, it's unbearable. Like there's no way to describe what we feel inside, and there's no way to push that out. Like looting's not an explanation of what we all really feel like inside. That's just a piece of it. So when it comes to gaming, a lot of times, whether it's gaming or streaming, that can be a way to get away from that reality that we still got to deal with every day we wake up. We have to deal with that reality. So as far as gaming, the reason I keep gaming and I tell anybody that is going through this or anyone that's in my family that's angry right now, I tell them, hey, not the older people because they ain't gaming, but anyone that's younger and they don't understand what's going on, I'm like, dude, I support you playing that game right now to keep that out of your mind, like not to keep it out, but to keep you from not getting angry about it. Because all anger is going to do is make you react on it. It can be something like you being at Walmart and someone cutting you off, and all that anger inside you can lash out at them. You don't know. So I try to keep myself personally, and I know Van can speak in the same way. Keep myself from reality a lot and focus on my kids, my family, and then playing my game to keep that stress off because it really does help. I tell people that all the time. It really does help with what goes on in this world.
Main thing is the last thing I'll say. Just be aware. Just be aware. Just like the coronavirus, be aware of this situation as well.
Mhm.
Don't
Yep.
ignore it. Don't use video games as, I'm going to ignore the situation. Be
Exactly.
aware of the situation while you're playing those video games.
Exactly.
And keep yourself educated on the situation.
Use every platform you can. If you speak for it, use the platform you can to be vocal and to voice your strength, because your voice is the most important weapon you have right now,
Yes.
100%.
and your right to vote.
Yes.
Which is the
Absolutely.
biggest thing. The biggest thing.
Absolutely.
Let's get rid of this dick top, man. Let's get rid of this dude.
I'm
So.
not going to get super political right now.
Don't do it now.
But
We all know where we stand. We all know where we stand.
we don't need to say. We know. People know where we stand.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the Pokemon expansion. You got some
Holy
information for this?
moly! This is some news.
Go ahead.
Now, all right. I'm not going to lie. With everything that's been going on this week, I kind of last second saw what happened, probably an hour before the show. And I went, what?
I didn't
All right.
see any of it, so.
All right, so basically the main thing is that we're getting a whole lot of Pokemon added to this DLC.
Okay.
We're not paying for the Pokemon, just to clarify.
Right. It's supposed to be like 200 or something, right?
I don't know the actual number, but I do know it's a good amount and a lot of popular ones. Basically, all right, so the article reads, the new expansion of Sword and Shield is almost here, and while fans will get a new story and new Pokemon to catch, the prospect of having their favorites from older generations added is very enticing. One of the bigger complaints, probably the biggest one I should say, is Sword and Shield been the fact that not every Pokemon from past games has been included. Even with the debut of Pokemon Home, which allows fans to transfer Pokemon from older games, some Pokemon were unable to make it to the Galar region. The Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra DLC will add some of those Pokemon when they are released in June and the fall, respectively. So, this list, I'll just read a little bit of this part. The Isle of Armor DLC is set to arrive on June 17th, and with it comes fan favorites like Psyduck and Zorua. Interesting. The latest trailer confirms other favorites like. Okay, I'm just going to read it now because. So the list includes Scyther, which also includes Scizor, Tauros, Whismur, which evolves into Exploud, Drudigon, Sandile, which evolves into Crocodile, which Crocodile is a sick Pokemon. Tangela, which evolves.
Crocodile, that was last gen, right?
Crocodile was Gen 5, I believe.
Yeah, because that was my Pokemon, yeah.
Gen 5, which was black and white.
Yep. Okay, cool.
So Tangela is another one, evolves into Tangrowth.
Yep.
Execute, which evolves into Executor, obviously, is one. That's an interesting one because we don't know which version we're going to get.
Aloha.
Yes, the Aloha. Alolan. Poliwag has been added, which evolves into Poliwrath or Politoed, depending on how you evolve it, which Politoed is ridiculous if you have the innate ability. Anyway, Kangaskhan. Pain in the ass. Buffalant, another one. Emolga is another one. That's the flying electric squirrel. Mienfoo, which evolves in Mienshao. That's another Gen 5, I believe. Dragalge. Okay. Dragalge is added. Starmie has made it. Thank God. So Staryu and Starmie will be in it. Skarmory is another one. Let's see. We said Psyduck already. Magnemite has been added. Evolves into Magnezone. Chansey is in it, which the baby form's Happiny and the evolved form is Blissey. Horsey has been added. So you can evolve into Kingdra. Marill has been added, which has Azurill and Azumarill as the baby in the evolved form. We said Zorua, which evolves the Zoroark already. Volcarona, a beast of a fire bug type Pokemon, has been added. Talonflame has been added. Beast, fire bird. Dedenne. And then from the last gen, Rockruff, which evolves into Lycanroc. So that was the Alolan version. And that is your full list of added Pokemon, which is pretty solid.
Yep.
So the notable ones I love are obviously Scyther, which evolves into Scizor. Scizor is my boy. Another one would be Poliwag.
Yep. I go for Poliwhirl.
Well, there's Poliwrath and
I mean
Politoed.
Poliwrath. I'm sorry, Poliwrath.
Yo, Politoed is a beast.
Yeah.
Poliwrath is a beast too. Kangaskhan's another one.
Mm.
I wonder if they're gonna add their Mega Evolutions. We'll see. Let's see. Bouffalan's okay. Mian Shao is actually pretty good. Starmie is a notable one.
Yeah, I'm on the show.
Let's see. I love Starmie. Magnemite is another one. You know about Magnezone, right?
Yes.
The evolved form. Okay. Another beast of a Pokemon. Horsey is a big one.
Yep.
Kingdra is a ridiculous Pokemon.
Mm.
And then Volcarona and Talonflame are the last two that are the notable ones in this. Because Volcarona is a ridiculous fire bug Pokemon. When you build one, you want to build it with special attack and special defense. It's very weak against physical. I'm getting really Pokemon right now. I'm sorry. I don't care.
But yet has played it.
Listen, the second I start playing,
Kyle, stop.
You're
Ain't
gonna.
no the second I start playing. Stop, Kyle.
Second I start playing, it's all over.
Mm.
Oh, God, Kyle.
All over.
Kyle, you just need to go and get unemployment so you can play.
I
Get
know,
some
right?
unemployment so you can get off your job and play some Pokemon. You got
Oh,
40
wait a
games
minute.
to catch up on.
There's a whole other list that I didn't even see. Here's a full list of returning Pokemon. Oh, that's the Crown Tundra, though.
I'm on the show
Oh,
right now. Give me a few minutes. I'm on the show right now.
Oh, they have a list for the Crown Tundra as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Now we got a whole other list to go. Sorry. Full list of returning Pokemon coming to Crown Tundra will be Relicanth, Absol, Swablu, which evolves into Altaria, Shinx, which evolves into Luxray, Aron, which evolves into Aggron. That's a big one. Magmar,
Magmar.
which evolves into Magmortar.
Yep.
This might have been the last gen for Mantis.
Magma has another form?
Yeah.
Magmar evolves into Magmortar. That's been a thing since Gen 4.
He's rock
That's
fire, isn't he?
crazy.
Oh, he's just straight fire, but he's straight fire in the other way. So Fermentis evolves into Lurantis. The Nidorans are back in this one, both female and male. Zubat, which evolves into Crobat. Yes.
No one cares about Crobat.
Dude, don't even. I would purposely build a Crobat now.
You need to purposely play the game.
I will purposely play the game. Electabuzz is back, which evolves into Electivire.
Yep.
Jinx is back, which the baby form is Smoochum.
Smoochum, yep.
I don't know how Smoochum's so cute and Jinx is ugly as hell.
Right. Sveal, which evolves into Walrein. Walrein is a wall, literally. Beldum. Oh, that's a big one. Beldum that evolves into Metagross. So Metagross is in it. Gibble that evolves into Garchomp. So Garchomp's back.
Nice. Garchomp is fire.
Garchomp,
Not fire, but
Dragging Ground.
no, but I'm saying he is.
Oh, yes.
He's dope. Should have used another.
Way,
Yes.
Garchomp is
Hey, Ben, he's fat. Remember that scene?
Yeah, right.
Yo, you fat.
PHAT, bro.
Rounding out the list is Cryogonal, and then Amara, which evolves into Aurorus, which is Ice Rock. Aurorus is back.
Ice is always the best.
That's an incredible list right there, especially with Magmar, Electabuzz, Garchomp, and Metagross. Metagross is unreal. Walrein's another big one too. So that's a pretty awesome list there. And then they just list off all the legendaries which I'm not going to go through all those. You can see that list because every single
Count
one.
no word on Totodile in them yet?
No Totodile. There is no Totodile being added. Obviously the ones that weren't on that list, but they are in the expansion before anybody gets nervous, is obviously the first gen starters. They
Yep.
are in there. They showed it in the trailer.
Yep.
So they're all in there. So everybody relax. They're in there.
And we have over 200 Pokemon coming. So
200 Pokemon coming back. I am very excited because now I'm like, oh, there's some notables that I want to build, obviously.
I'm not gonna lie. Once I got done with the story, I put the game down.
Which I understand. I totally understand. But now you're picking the game back up, and I will pick the game up.
Yeah, I know a few people that did that. Once they beat the story, they were like, "That's it."
Yeah, there was not much post story game to it after that. Like the stuff I try to do is just more frustrating than anything. But
Yep.
I will get back into it. Like right now, Animal Crossing. If it wasn't for Animal Crossing, I would be playing that.
Hell yeah.
If it wasn't for Animal Crossing, you'd be beating Final Fantasy.
No, Final Fantasy, not being Final Fantasy is just the adult life. But um, I greatly enjoy the game, so I'm right there. Like I'm literally like right there. So,
Hell yeah.
but
So some awesome, exciting news from Pokemon.
yes,
Yeah, that's fire.
yes.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, and then our final topic is Summer of Gaming getting moved.
Yep. So IGN Summer of Gaming event has been delayed until Monday. Obviously, for the same exact reason as PlayStation delayed, which was because of what's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
On their Twitter posts, they say Black Lives Matter. Period. IGN will go silent today in support of. This was their Blackout Tuesday one. In Blackout Tuesday, to encourage reflection and dedicate ourselves to meaningful change in our community.
Mm-hmm.
So that was from Tuesday. So obviously, like we said before, we totally understand. Definitely a good thing to do. But like I said on chat, it's kind of weird to start an event on a Friday.
Yeah, I was just about to
Anyway?
say that, Kyle. I was just about to say that. I feel like Monday's gonna be better anyway.
Yeah, Monday, start of the week, you get a fresh start. And IGN Monday kind of sucks as a day to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So why not bring something on a Monday to bring a little positivity to your Monday in that aspect? So
You know what I hope they do with the Summer of Gaming?
yeah.
How the old E3 formats was, at least we knew, like when it was digital before, when we knew that it was coming on, like they had times and all that type of stuff. Like when we used to watch it together, like EA was at this time, Microsoft. They got to do something like that because, like, when you look at the schedule, it just says like surprise announcement from a company or
Yeah.
like that's kind of annoying because like it's like I'm almost going to be tuned in random times. Like they're gonna be talking a lot, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, wait a minute, we got a reveal," and then it's gonna be a reveal from a company we might not care about. Like it might be a phone game that I don't care about. So I just wish they tightened up a little bit on the schedule. Like I kind of miss the Ubisoft's going Tuesday and Microsoft's going. I wish they went back to that. Like I wish that's how it was playing out because I'm not a big fan of this randomized stuff they're gonna be doing.
But you got to remember, Andre, this is a totally different event from.
No, I agree, but I'm saying that I wish it was like I said, when you look up the schedule, I know you and Van seen it. It's very weird. Like it just says unannounced game being announced. Like, yeah, that tells me a lot. So I'm not gonna see it live. I'm pretty much gonna be scrolling through IGN and it's gonna pop up. This game was just announced. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
it's almost gonna be like looking at a highlight reel, kinda, because we'll just be catching up on news as it pops up on IGN for whenever it pops up.
Yep.
Because I don't know when it really starts technically or ends.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's put it this way. When on June 5th, when it was supposed to start on June 5th, they were going to do a pre-show charity stream, which was cool. And then, the reveals were going to happen from, unannounced games from different studios, which I wish I had that other article from last week.
Yeah, there's like 5 different. Every time I look it up, there's like 5 different type of scheduling, and some of them they're all weird, but they're like some of them a little better at explaining how it's gonna go.
Yeah, because there's a few where it's like, they're a couple. I forget what studios are. I see. I wish I had my notes from last week now.
Yeah,
Um,
I forgot what the list was.
I could always just go back to last week's stuff anyway. Um, but yeah, I understand what you're saying, Andre. Like, you wish they had like a set schedule that was
Yeah,
going on. Because it does get a little like chaotic at that point. Like, you're just like, oh, it's just a mystery game being shown at this
yeah,
time, and then you don't know what studio it's from, but it could be from anywhere.
They do that
yeah,
to be suspenseful because like they already have some no name stuff, you know what I mean? So they kind of trying to get people's attention.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it kind of stops us from doing our predictions too, because if they were like unannounced game from Bandai Namco or something, it'd be like, oh, word, what we can discuss right now, like what do we think Bandai's gonna announce, or what are they gonna show, or
Yeah.
that's the only thing I don't like because it kind of leaves us in the win because we could probably think of like 2 games right now, then it's like, but is that company even going to be there? Like we do know some of them, but it's like, what could they be? Like I don't want to look through each company to see who's going to be there that day. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So,
But
all right.
I miss our predictions though, man. Like we can't even make predictions off of what's going to be announced next week now.
Yep.
Well, all right. So the original plan for June 5th, I found the article again, was there was going to be 3 debuts. One title from Funcom, which again was from Conan, the creators of Conan.
Mm-hmm.
One from one from Merge Games, and the other one was the unannounced game company. So there was an unannounced game company reveal that was supposed to happen on the 5th.
Who's that company? It's like, who's that Pokemon?
They,
Who's that company?
They should do like an outline of their logo.
Yeah, like something cool like that, man. Just to be creative, because it's like, yeah, Vam, who do you think it's gonna be? Oh, it's gonna be Square Enix. Nah, bro, it's a pinball company. Like, nah, man.
it's a pinball company.
um, a
Yeah.
few other things up in the news that I kind of want to mention because I don't want to forget them. Yesterday, PlayStation Network was down for many PS4 owners. PlayStation was down for a significant number of PlayStation 4 players around the world. Fans were complaining across social media about the outage. But so far, Sony's site at that time continued was not confirming the PS down status. Those connection errors were preventing players from getting online to play multiplayer games like FIFA, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. PS4 owners were also encountering issues logging into primarily single player games that require connection to authenticate the server. So that was a pretty big deal. Xbox, I know today at some point was down too, just like PlayStation was down yesterday.
Well,
Um, I'm trying to find that. Also, Animal Crossing news. It's wedding season is the dumbest fucking thing ever. Like I was so mad. I was so
I
mad.
haven't done the whole wedding thing.
Dude, like I didn't know what I was going there for. They're like, oh yeah, like I felt like they tricked me. They're like, oh, what's his face needs your help, fly to Harvey's Island. I was like,
Yep.
oh, okay. So I flew there, and it's all of a sudden there's a couple, and I forgot I read about this. So I seen the couple, and I'm like, what's going on? I was like, oh, I bet you someone's going to take pictures, and then you go inside, and they're talking about marriage and stuff. I was like, oh, this is so dumb, and
I gotta play it.
it was so much dialogue.
I gotta go play it. I think it's gonna be. I understand that it's gonna be stupid for a lot of people. I guarantee it. I gotta go see it.
It was so much dialogue. That's what pissed me off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Oh man,
dialogue.
got some more news. Rumor has it that there's a Daredevil game that plays like Spider-Man and Arkham in the works.
Oh, really?
That's crazy. I don't know. It doesn't say who.
It doesn't say who.
It doesn't say who. It doesn't say anything, but it says there's a chance that that it gets talked about next week during the summer gaming of events.
Oh, it could
That
be
would,
one of the mystery games.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be fire, man. Like a Daredevil game would be fire if it
Yeah,
played like Spider-Man and them.
yeah, because you got some good villains within Daredevil, especially like Kingpin and stuff. So,
Oh, I hope that's true, man. And I hope that Batman rumor is true too. And I hope that Spider-Man 2 rumor is true.
yep, yep.
I feel. All
Um,
right, wait a minute. Time out. Andre just said, I hope that Daredevil, Batman, and Spider-Man rumors are true. You know, it almost makes me think that none of them are true. It's like,
I
all
can
right,
see
somebody.
out of all those, I can see the Spider-Man 2 rumor being true because it's kind of overdue for one, and it was one of PlayStation's biggest games. The Daredevil one it's just a rumor, and the Batman one is kind of, I don't know. They're all pretty they all can happen, Kyle. They're all games that are like, the
Listen,
Daredevil one's the furthest, but Batman and Spider-Man seem like real likely, honestly.
Freaking
I'm going to say this. Ready? I hope I get a giggle at this one. You know, Mega Man X9 could happen too.
Kyle, don't do that. Don't, Kyle. You can't even do
That
that, bro.
could
You
happen.
can't.
Wait a
Nah.
minute. Wait a minute. It's dusty. It's a little dusty, but I gotta bust it out. Wait a minute. It's the box.
mhm.
Don't, Kyle.
I have
No,
the
no.
box.
You're not gonna.
Van.
Dan, you gotta back me up on this, bro. Dan, you know that this. Dan, you know that this is. Kyle's really trying to put this in the box. Get out of here.
Which game are you putting in there? Which game are you putting in? Because Spider-Man 2 is possible. That's
All
that's
right.
something that I've been hearing a lot about.
I was gonna say, let's go with Batman.
Why?
Let's go with.
Why?
Let's go with Batman.
Okay, yes, because it depends. Because that studio said they were done with Batman, and we have
Oh,
not seen the Batman since then.
So you would put the Batman over the Daredevil, or
I,
you would put the Batman and Daredevil in the
It's
box?
going.
I'd probably put Daredevil in the box too.
Oh, Batman's in the
Dan, you
box.
supposed to back me up, bro.
I
You're
just
supposed to be the hero team, bro. Come
Daredevil's in
on,
the box.
man.
I just don't think. I mean, the if anything, we would get a Batman over Daredevil because Batman and Spider-Man are like the games that they like to continuously make. And like, think about it. We don't even get a Superman game that often. Like, that's crazy.
You never get a Superman
Hmm.
game again after Superman 64.
Superman 64 killed Superman. They
Pretty much.
never made a Superman game after Superman 64. They were done. They were like, we'll never do this again.
Hey, by the way, can you see the mixer chat,
I can.
Van?
I can.
Because did you see the blasphemy that Viper just wrote?
I'm okay with that,
He
Viper.
just, he just said no,
I'm
no,
okay
no,
with
no,
that.
no. This boy said, "Forget Mega Man. I want another Batman game."
Arkham, the
Take it
Arkham
back.
series was better than any series of games for video games.
You,
I
Almost.
agree.
wait,
I agree.
Almost.
I agree.
Top five game series of all time.
Wait a minute. I may not disagree with that because those were really good games and stuff. But we're talking Mega Man here.
Mega Man.
Do not put that in any category involving my favorite character of all time.
Let me ask you a question. Did Mega Man's father and mother die countless times, and each time they die, people continuously sob over it? I'm sick of it. I mean, me personally, I'm sick of it.
I'm not saying. I mean, let's put it this way: you've seen that storyline over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Listen, Mega Man, don't got to worry about that. He's a robot. He would destroy Batman anyway in 2 seconds. Seriously.
Stop that.
Batman is
Mega
one of the most depressed superheroes of all time.
Correct.
Someone needs to help that man out.
And his depression would lead to his destruction if he ran into Mega Man X.
I still think he'd beat Mega Man.
Oh my God.
All I'm saying is, y'all want to talk trash about my stuff, but read that article. Read that article. I posted, and that's a good site, man, about Daredevil. I'm telling y'all something. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this right now, and I'll stand by it. This week coming up, We gonna get a Daredevil announcement. Get ready, and I'm a stand by it. I'm a stand by it. I
Yeah.
need
EMP
to see it.
equals dead
I need
Mega
to see
Man.
it, man.
We all know Batman's got an EMP in his belt.
Viper, if it's the game, by the way, in chat, if it's the game that you're gonna bring up that I'm thinking of, besides they could take the Batman Beyond. Oh
I
my
would
god.
love that. I
Batman
would
Beyond.
love that. I would beg for that. I would beg
What,
for
Batman
Batman
Beyond?
Beyond. Yeah, I would.
Nah, chill, man.
I would
Listen,
beg for that.
Vin, you
Oh,
ready? Vin.
chill.
No, you know why? Because Batman Beyond is the best Batman. I love Batman Beyond. But ever since they added the suits in the Arkham games, I'm like, there's no reason.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. But like, it's a different story. It's a
It
completely different
is, but
story.
nowadays they just do DLC and have a whole nother story arc that comes out for a character. That's the new era now. Just do DLC.
Batman's
Except for
done.
PlayStation.
Batman's done. We're not seeing another Batman game. Batman's done. Batman's done.
Batman is officially in the box.
They've supposedly supposed to announce a Batman game months ago, like almost a year. Almost a year. I remember hearing it on
Yeah,
kind of funny
it was over.
games, and like they released that logo and all this and all that. That it never happened. What happened to
Oh
that?
yeah, the '50s Batman. It's supposed to be like the '50s or something like that.
The 50s.
Gaslight? Is it called Gaslight Van?
I,
Batman.
I can't remember. I can't remember. They didn't release a whole lot of information about it.
Yeah, they just talked about it. But I'm gonna tell you guys right now, since we don't know what's gonna happen next week, if we can just each give one prediction for what we think is gonna happen, like one game or one announcement. I'm gonna go with the Daredevil joint. I really feel like Daredevil's gonna be
It's a good
uh
guess.
talk about.
That's a good guess. On the PlayStation news, next month's PlayStation Plus free games, Call of Duty World War II and Star Wars Battlefront 2 will
Oh, wait.
be PS
Battlefront
Plus's
2
free
is on
games.
sale?
So it's
No, it's
free.
free.
It's like, again, it's on sale?
Listen, listen, Battlefront is a fun game. What killed that game was the
Loot boxes.
microtransactions.
All
The
right, wait.
loot
All
boxes.
right,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not saying that it's a bad game. I'm just saying, listen. I feel like every time I go on an Xbox or a PlayStation and I see discounts, it's there.
Mhm.
It's like whether it's free or it's $5 or something. I feel like every time it's there.
Yeah, no, I
Hey
agree.
Vin,
It's always on
me and
sale.
my boys downloaded it. Let's play it, bro. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, so Battlefront 1 was amazing game.
Oh, yeah.
But what killed it, there was not enough content. The
Correct.
content there was zero content.
Yeah.
And then 2, it was the loot boxes.
It's
Yeah.
always the loot boxes.
Always.
Yep.
Hopefully all these games know not to do loot boxes anymore. Please.
There's a big sale going on PlayStation, and I'm trying to pull up.
Oh yeah, they got dude.
Oh, aren't they doing? I can talk today.
Play
Um,
state of play joint.
No, they're days of play.
Days of
Days of
Play.
play.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
They're days of play.
Yeah. Well, Last of Us
Here it
is
is.
$10 right now.
Double
Freaking
discount.
Horizon's like $10. God of War's $10. It's
Persona
crazy.
5, $13.99. Assassin's Creed Origins Gold, $59.99. Originally $100. Batman Return to Arkham, $14.99. Call of Duty The Chronicles Edition, $41.99. No Man's Sky,
Wait, wait,
$37.49.
wait. Time out. What's in the Chronicles edition? Like 1, 2, and 3?
Black Ops 3 Zombies Chronicles Edition. I don't know.
Oh, it's Black Ops.
Yeah, yeah. 30% off that. The Forest, which I never got into and I wanted to get into, is 25% off, $14.99. Need for Speed Payback, $11.99. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, $27.99. Katarine Full Body Digital Deluxe Edition, $59.99. Team
Cal, don't
Sonic
buy that game.
Racing, $29.99. Conan Exiles, $34.99, which is, I've heard, a really good game. Resident Evil Triple Pack, $41.64.
Ooh.
Which Resident Evils
Um,
is that? Which ones is that, man?
That'd be 4, 5.
4, 5, and 6.
Boom!
Oh,
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands Ultimate Edition, which is normally 120 and it's 77.99.
Damn, that game's really
I'm trying to see if there's any big titles. I think that's it for big titles.
Did you say
Oh,
God of War and
this is a
Last of
good
Us?
one. I did not. This is a good one. Assassin's Creed Triple Pack, Black Flag, Unity, and Syndicate, 55.79.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Wait a minute.
That's a
I
really
thought
good deal.
Unity and Syndicate were horrible.
Nah,
But Black
Syndicate was
Flag was
highly
good.
rated.
I thought
Syndicate was highly rated.
Unity was terrible though.
No,
Unity was bad.
Unity's online was terrible. It was the online.
Okay. I just heard it
Like
was
playing co-op. You couldn't get in a match with a friend or nothing to play co-op. And it was a co-op based Assassin's Creed. So
Dr. V, I think
it's
Battlefront was one of the best controlled first-person shooter games that I've ever played.
yeah, I'm with you on that, bro. I
And
used to kill that game.
control-wise, the controls were so fluent. Like it was one of the
Yeah.
best games I ever played first-person shooter. Like I was like, this is incredible.
By the way, Dr. V asks, random thought here. Whenever you have time, there's no rush, but I'm interested in hearing you guys' thoughts on Stadia. Oh boy. Let me just
Okay, all right,
anybody got popcorn?
all right. So
Popcorn.
I'm gonna give you my Super John. What
Super
up,
John,
Super John?
what's up?
Protests in Taunton. Oh, do you end up going? Put your thoughts in the chat, Super John. All right. So my thoughts on Stadia. I'm gonna go from a technical standpoint, right?
Oh,
I finally got to play a couple games on my computer through the browser. Um,
oh.
very responsive, very awesome. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing when you have no games to play. Um, and on top of that, I couldn't play on my phone. I couldn't play on anything but my laptop. So overall, what I'm gonna say is it's trash because it doesn't do anything that they say that it's supposed to do, and that's a problem.
You know, that took a turn that I didn't expect,
Hmm.
which was you started really positive. I went, what? Did he change his thought process? And then it went right back down.
Yeah, because I mean the gameplay of it, like I think I even said it in the chat. I might have said it in a different chat, but I was
Yeah.
very impressed the way it played. But just to show you, like I played it one day, out of because there was no games that were on there I wanted to play. Like I wasn't gonna start Destiny 2 because the intro for Destiny 2 is way too long, so I played like a racing game. And then I also the racing game was good. I think it was Grid. I think it was Grid that was on there. That was really really good. And that was the one that was a real test because that has to be pinpoint accurate. So the controls awesome. I used my PlayStation controller and everything. Worked awesome. So no complaints there. But I mean, what good is that if there's no games to play? Like that means nothing.
Google failure.
Mm. Google what?
I said I
Google
call it Google failure.
Oh,
Google
Google failure. Oh. Which I guess when you're a major company like that, you get one or two.
failure. You have to scream it like it's Stadia instead of Stadia.
Yep.
Failure.
So, but
Did they ever scream Steambox when Steam was promoting that?
what's Steambox? What's that?
Did they ever like scream during their
No,
promotion Steambox when they promoted?
I was
Cal, we
being
don't know what a Steambox is. That's what Van's saying. What the heck is a Steambox? Never
Did they,
heard of that.
but did they ever do it?
no.
I'm trying, Steam. I'm trying.
They didn't even whisper it.
Steambox.
You know why? You know why? So I've got to try all of them. All the video game systems that were trying to come out and try to be different. I tried them.
Did you try Oya, Van?
Yep. I was just literally gonna say
Oh
that.
no!
I tried Oya.
Oh
I thought that
no!
was gonna be cool, man. I
So
was happy for Oya.
the number one problem with all those things is the zero support. They don't support it. You don't support your product. You don't get the product to be good. Steambox, right? It was supposed to be an open source thing. You're supposed to be able to download it. Yeah, where am I supposed to download it from? Because I went everywhere to try to download it, and to install it, I had to install it in the most gimmick way possible. And then the tech requirements for it was like I gotta buy just these specific parts, and so it's not universal. It was a mess. It was a mess. So that was why my hate for that game came out. So
Poor Steam. They tried.
yeah,
They
yeah.
tried, but I mean, they're doing just fine with their PC stuff anyway. So I think,
But the
but
handheld Nvidia, like the Nintendo Switch version of that Nvidia thing, that thing's supposed to be cool as shit.
I'm sure somebody will try to sue them anyway.
Yeah.
Seeing as how that's the cool thing to do.
I mean, they kind of should. Somebody should. It is
Well,
the exact copy of
I'm about
what
to say
Nintendo's supposed to be.
Nintendo's already getting sued by another company for it again, and now Nvidia's coming out with it, so I'm sure they'll release it and then they'll get sued at the same time.
But like that's one of those concepts that like it has to be unique for it to be good. Like if everyone started doing it, it doesn't make the product good. It this is not something that you can duplicate like a PC. Like a PC, everyone made PCs. Everyone made personal PCs. So now there's tons of it. The Nintendo Switch style gaming to me is not something that a bunch of companies can do. I think Nintendo is the only one that can do it.
Dr. V, to answer your question, they did, and that was the Nvidia Shield.
Yep. Yep. And that lasted all but 3 days.
About say 5 seconds.
Yeah. Um, the Shield was a great concept. It was just real products like, the Switch just murdered it. There's no point in the Shield. Like it wasn't. That's what this Nvidia device is technically supposed to be, is like a Shield. But again, it's just they don't stand by the product. Nobody stands by their product. Like if Google doesn't stand by Stadia in this time, like what was the point of bothering doing it? Like the PlayStation 1 was a success because the game consoles were very scarce at that time, and it's Sony. They hit the mark right. They had tons of tons of um material that they could use. They had it lined up after lined up, like it worked. But anything other than that, like it means nothing. Like you don't like Nvidia is a very powerful company. They can come up with something, but like they come up with something for like a week and then they're done doing that and then they're on to the next thing. And it's just like support your product, man.
Right?
I like
I
the
agree.
concept. I like the concept of the shield.
They're great concepts. Listen, they are great concepts. There's just no execution
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day.
Even the Steam Box, like the Steam Box was a great idea. Ouya was an Android gaming device. That's what Ouya was.
I feel like Ouya was just a bad idea because the second they even said the name Ouya,
Yo, look,
I went,
no. Ouya's 5 seconds of fame was thinking that they didn't have to go into E3, put in their booth outside of E3, thinking that they were going to be able to do it and be okay. But security quickly put a stop to that. That was the dumbest thing. Like that was their 5 seconds of fame, and then after that, you never seen them after that.
Yeah.
So.
and I do agree, Van, that Steambox was a good idea, except they charged like $800 for the thing.
Because it
Yeah.
was it was a computer.
I know it's not really 800. Well, actually, it was kind of close, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was making that up, and I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't it close to
Like
800?
the thing with Steam, it should have been about like you being able to build a computer for that. And like I don't want to buy something it's a system now. It's a console. You're selling me a console. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Correct.
And the kicker was not all Steam games worked for it. So
That's true.
that right there, through the entire, if anything threw it out the window, it was that all Steam games didn't work for it. That right there was
That ruined it.
like anything that you limit your library like that, then why even bother doing it? Doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Doesn't make any sense. So,
Exactly.
any closing thoughts on any topics you guys want to cover?
No, I just want to say, pray for our country, man. Uh, and it's the time to stand strong. And the lighter news, I can't wait for next week to see what's going on and what's announced. I hope we have a lot to talk about next Thursday because that would be 4 days in. So
Yep.
hopefully we got a lot to talk about.
Yep. Yep. Kyle?
Be aware, but also be safe.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as next week goes, I'm hoping for some awesome announcements.
It's a good show next
Um,
week, hopefully.
Yes. And then final thing, stay positive, people.
hmm
After my whole rant today, can we just be positive here?
Amen.
Please
Amen.
be positive.
And remember, everybody, Black Lives Matter too. So, that's it for us this week. We'll talk to you guys next week, same time, same channel. We'll see you then when Daredevil will be announced. Peace.